Hey, Brennan. Oh, thanks, man. That's great. Appreciate the support. Um, we picked up the house in December of the last year. There we go. A little bit more light. Um, and we have really only spent a few weeks here. We spent a few weeks in December, or about a week and a half. And I came back here about almost 3 weeks ago. So, yeah, it's not been too long, just getting everything started and set up. Thanks. Yeah. I wanted to kind of share it with people, but I was really doing a lot of this just to document it for myself because I often find you do projects and um, you sometimes take before and after pictures if you're if you're thinking far enough ahead, but often you don't have things to tell you about the journey on the way. So that's why I wanted to do this. Even if nobody decided to watch anything that I was doing, we would be able to have a documented history of the things that we had done along the way. So that's kind of the whole reason I'm doing this. Yeah, go ahead. Ask whatever questions you want. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up the pace, especially when I'm not going to be here in Japan because I'm not going to be here all the time. But I am trying to do these videos weekly as I go along, so it's uh, it's, it's quite hectic to be honest. But giving it my best. Oh, my experience with Shu. Yeah, I think Shu has a really nice niche right now. He's found a way to connect with foreigners in countries all around the world, it seems, and provide them a pathway to getting in to the Japanese market. I saw some of his videos and thought he was doing something interesting, and I tried to go alone. I tried to go and find some realtors myself and get in contact with them, but I was getting kind of lukewarm responses, and not many of them actually even wanted to deal with me. I don't think it was because of like exclusionary practices at all. I think it was just them not being comfortable dealing with somebody from a foreign country. There's a lot of rules in Japanese real estate when you go through the process of things you need to fill out and things you need to um, be like briefed on. Like the contract reading process is like fairly extensive and requires a lot of acknowledgement when you go through it. So I think they were just a little hesitant to work with anybody who wasn't Japanese. So somebody like Shu can come in, and he basically acted as my agent for all of the contract signing. So it was very, very helpful to get that done. And yeah, price wise, it's like it's not the cheapest thing. But if you look at that barrier to entry, you can kind of put it in as like a consultancy fee for buying your house. And depending on how much you spend for your house, I would say probably around 8 to 10% of the purchase price. Yeah, for Izu and Ito here, where we are, I was trying to find something that was somewhat close to Tokyo in proximity. My previous traveling, I'd spent most of my time in the Kansai region, and I'd never really been to Tokyo, but I knew that it was a little bit more convenient for us to get here, and a lot of people want to be around Tokyo. So I kind of did this like search grid about an hour and a half outside of Tokyo as my max range. And I looked at places in Chiba, I looked at places in Saitama. There's this great little area on the far west of Tokyo, going up into the mountains. It's called, I believe it's called Ome. And there was a couple nice places there, but in the end, when I kind of found out about Ito in this area, I came down here and just the landscape is just so striking and breathtaking. And I found a community right away. I met a bunch of people. They were very, very welcoming, and it just seemed like the logical choice. And to top that off, where we ended up getting our house, this is a traditional area in Japan for vacation homes. So there's lots of vacation communities here, and it's mostly Japanese, but they kind of have an infrastructure set up to have part-time housing. So if I would have found like a kaminka out in the countryside somewhere, it probably would have been a lot harder to do a lot of the things that I'm going to be planning to do. So this kind of seems like the best case scenario. So that's why we chose here. Hey, Dan. How's it going, man? Are you still in Tokyo? Yeah, I get asked this question quite a bit of whether what we're planning to do with the house, whether it's just for vacation or whether I'm going to Airbnb it or make it a hotel or something like that. I think this is going to vary from person to person on what they want to do with the property and the kind of basically your budget of what you have to spend on something like this. But where this house is located and where we have it and the amount of money that we were able to get it for, I think we don't even really need to do an Airbnb for monetary purposes. A lot of places in the world, when I was looking at houses, it kind of came with the requirement because of the operation costs of running the place and maintaining it, and paying a mortgage or a loan. We would have to do an Airbnb just to be able to float it. But the opportunities that exist here in Japan, you can kind of just get the house, and property taxes are quite low here. Maintenance costs can be high depending on where you are in the country, depending on like the humidity and if there's like snow in the area where you're at. You've probably seen lots about the snow in Japan. It's quite extensive, but yeah, where we are, it's going to be fairly easy to maintain this place with not a lot of cost. And really, I just want to be able to use it for my friends and family, and basically have it as a destination where a lot of us can come. So that's kind of the plan behind that. As far as the work it needs, you've been seeing my videos. It's pretty livable as is. I could probably just spruce it up a little bit, clean some stuff up, add some paint here and there, and it would be fine. But the plan with this is to do a complete renovation on it. So we're going to end up tearing out most of the walls, adding insulation, revamping the HVAC system, doing a lot of stuff in here. So we're trying to make it into um, a destination home for us and our family and friends that we can use for the next 20, 25 years. So this place is already 50 years old, and it shows in some areas that it is pretty old, but it's been well kept. So it's got good bones and good structure. So I think um, it's going to be good for the long term, especially if I start doing some stuff on it. And how's my Nihongo? Very, very choto, little, but I'm working on it. Yeah, there's actually quite a few expats in the area here. I've been able to get together with quite a few of them, and they all have completely different experiences to me. Like some of them moved here 20, 50 years ago. Some of them are here as students. Some of them are here on work programs with a work visa. There's just a whole range of people in the area, which is quite nice. I'm also fairly involved with a number of other kind of social groups. So I go up to Tokyo every once in a while to see some of my friends there. So yeah, it's all coming together. But lots of foreigners that are looking at either buying homes here or just live in the area and appreciate it here. Um, as far as online communities, through YouTube and Instagram, there's definitely some people that I've met. Um, Reddit is always a good place to find people. And there's a social networking app called Internations that I've used a little bit. It's kind of weird, but it's like a meetup or an Eventbrite kind of platform, and you can get involved with different groups through that. The only caveat to Internations is it's a paid platform, so I'm not really super into that because I don't think you should have to pay to go and hang out at a free place like a park or something. But I have met some people through there, and it's been pretty nice. Hi, how you doing? Just doing a little Q&A here. Um, right now, the plan for travel is to do at least a few months a year, maybe 3 to 4, 5 months a year, coming back and forth here to do the renovations and get the house set up. But probably do it in a few stints throughout the year. Um, one in the spring, like I'm doing now, and then maybe one in the fall. Ultimately, once we get the house done, I'm not sure what's going to happen. That's so many years off. Whether we're going to look to spend even more time here or split the time between other places in the world. But we just wanted the flexibility, and it's part of the adventure here, I think. Um, for working here, there's a couple reasons why it's a little more challenging. One would be that really to work anywhere in the world, you need a work visa or work authorization in that country that you're in. So if you don't have that, you're technically not allowed to work. I know in this day and age of digital nomads and people traveling everywhere on vacations and working, the line seems to be getting a little blurry, and probably the governments around the world need to update their mindset on this with the money that people are bringing into their economies. But technically, that's not allowed in most places. And it's definitely not allowed here in Japan if you're just on a tourist visa. So we are on tourist visas when we come here. So it is going to be not allowed technically for us to work. Also, we're based in North America, and the time zone change is pretty severe when you come over here. So unless you want to be on your work meetings and your stand-ups at 3 in the morning, it can be a little challenging. But we'll see how it goes in the future. There's a lot of different pathways that you can utilize to gain access to that. There's ways to start your own businesses and do sponsorship. Yeah, we'll explore that when we get further down the road. But for now, my job is doing this house. So that's what I'm going to do for the next little while. Yeah, for us as well, this was sort of a plan for retirement possibilities. Although, if you've looked into it at all, Japan doesn't really have, or not really, they don't have a path for retirement visas for anybody from any country right now. That might change in the future, especially with their with the declining population here. They're going to have to make some changes to the way they do things on immigration. But as it stands right now, there is no real retirement visa. But um, especially if you're from the UK, I'm not sure on Australia. It's probably the same as the other Commonwealth countries. But Canada and US, you can come here for up to 6 months a year into 3 month stints. So, in my opinion, that's plenty of time to come and hang out when you're retired. So, yeah. So, that's kind of what we're planning to do in 10 years' time or so. Yeah, thanks. Hokkaido is beautiful. I went there on our trip here in December because I was saying to my wife, it's probably unlikely we're going to spend a lot of time here in the future over the winter period. So we were here in December and thought, let's go up to Hokkaido for a white Christmas. We spent some time in Sapporo. We spent some time up in the mountains. We don't ski, so some of that is lost on us, but it was still absolutely gorgeous and a really interesting. There's really interesting cultural differences up there from other parts of Japan. So yeah, it's fantastic. I love that place. I'll go back for sure, especially once they get the Shinkansen running all the way up there. Anything's possible. Like, we don't know. A lot of foreigners here are coming into the market and they're actually picking up two, three, four, a portfolio of houses. You've probably seen Shu talk about that as well. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I think some people are using it as a way to get into the market or to get some immigration status, because that's you can start a property management business and come in and sponsor yourself that way. So that's definitely a path that people use. Um, who knows? We'll have to try this one first and see how it goes. I'm not sure what our plans are after that. We've got plans, but like not everything is set up in stone yet. Hey, Katie, I'm doing a TikTok live stream or a Instagram and YouTube live stream to do some Q&A. I think Shu has, I don't know, I think he's got like 8 or 9 properties now. He's definitely going for it. Um, and people like me are funding him on that, it seems. I think when we closed on our place, he said he was close to doing, I think, 80 properties that he helped people purchased. So if you take that somewhat around 10% commission he charges, he's making a pretty penny. Good for him though. It's a good business, and like I said earlier, it's kind of needed. There's not a lot of ways to do it as a foreigner. All right. I think I'm going to log out. I'm gonna go hang out with a friend here in a few minutes. So I just wanted to try out this platform and see how it worked out. I'll do it again. I think it's fun. But yeah, it's all for now. Brandon, thanks for all the questions, man. Really appreciate it.